So for the first part of this week's assignment, I'm going to introduce you guys to some different museum resources that you can use. When you're doing research as an artist, it's really important that you find information from reputable sources. And as we look at masks this week, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of different museum collections that I really like looking through. This is where in class, in my lectures, I find a bunch of stuff and images. If I'm looking for something specific, a specific artist, a specific type of artwork. So the first one on the list is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is in New York City. And the cool thing about their collection is they have a couple of different ways that you can look at it. You can either look at it through its chronology. You can pick a specific place or time, like the timeline is down here. You can look at it for specific artworks and select a time period, a specific geographic region. And based on those parameters, it will show you images of everything that they have in their collection. So that's where you would find the works of art, and you can kind of search by timeline and by where location. Another thing that you can do in all of these websites is use the little magnifying glass over on the side, and you can search for specific pieces of artwork. So this is everything right here, the search results, which includes essays. But if you're just looking for works of art, it will have examples here. So you can do a keyword search with mask. Another one of the websites that I really like, of course, there are the Smithsonian museums. These are a series of museums located in Washington, D.C. They're not quite as great with the masks specifically, just because some of their collections aren't as old as other ones, but you're welcome to click through and take a look at some of the stuff in here as well. The British Museum also has a great collection, and you can search again by fields, what you're looking for. The nice thing is, since so many museums around the world are closed right now, they have opened up a lot more resources for the public to see and access and to understand. So the British Museum has a great collection as well, and you can search by keywords. You can search by different types. So is it a sculpture? Is it a picture of a mask? Is it a photograph? And you can take a look from there. We are looking specifically at masks for this project. So make sure that you're targeting looking at masks. And these again I did keyword search for the British Museum. Another place that's really interesting to find stuff is the Google Art Project. So if you were to just type something into Google and do a keyword search with Google, it wouldn't necessarily give you all of the reputable sources that you are looking for, but this one specifically is searching through digital online collections and kind of brings all of the different museum collections together, so it is a lot easier to search for and find. And there are a lot of smaller museums, for example, that would probably not be on your radar necessarily, but they also have beautiful, interesting collections. So you can click through stuff. One of my favorite collections was these masks here. This was from an exhibition of the Israel Museum located in Jerusalem, and it's been a couple of years since it's been up. But it was the oldest masks in the world, and this mask is dated to 9,000 years ago, which is pretty incredible. And you can see where holes have been drilled on it. Eyes. It's made out of stone. It's super creepy. And I am definitely into it. It's very interesting. Oops. A couple of things that you need to pay attention to with the second part of your project is once you've clicked through some of these museum collections, you get a little bit more used to how their online archives work. Another cool thing that you can do is document. So select one of the masks that you have stumbled upon if you are really interested and if you really like it. And then you will sketch it out on a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be perfect, but focus on the key shape of it and any important details that may be on it. List on the sheet of paper where you're sketching which museum is this from, what is it made out of, and any good museum is going to tell you on something called a text card basically all of the information for this. So it should be able to pull any of this stuff right from. So this is a mummy mask, and if you click on read more, it will give you more information. Down here, it's going to tell you that it's from the Roman period, the time, it's from Egypt, maybe the Middle East. The word medium basically just means what is it made out of. So you would list the different thing that it is made out of, and sometimes this will give you a lot more information, and sometimes it will give you just a little bit more information. But what time period does it come from? That information was there. Who would have worn this? A mummy would have worn this, so a dead person would have worn that mask. And make sure you answer all of these questions before you submit your work. You'll take a picture of your completed sketch page and attach it for this week's assignment.